Hey guys, welcome back to Small Talk, Small Conversations with huge impact. Now exclusively on Spotify. And thank you so much for clicking on this episode. I am just happy still. A lot of people are tuning in to the number one self-help podcast here in the Philippines. I'm just beyond grateful for all of you guys. Thank you so much for all of your support. And it's been a crazy journey as we are nearing our 300 episode. And right now, I'm still like, is this real? And at the same time, I kind of not make it a big deal because I know for a fact that we're just in the preseason. Okay, but I'm still super duper happy that you guys are learning, you guys are growing with me, and you guys are just journeying with me on this path of self-mastery. And so for today's episode, I want to maybe talk about something that I have been talking about a lot of times here in the podcast, but I still want to talk about it because I feel like somehow people still forget how to actually use this in their lives. And so I want to share something with you that I I have been using all my life. But before that, of course, I want to give a huge shout out to the people who are interacting in my in my interact feature down below. If you want to get featured on the show, just answer the question and you'd get a chance to be featured on the show. I'm picking one right now. Okay, I'm finding one. I'm finding one that I wanna give a shout out here on the podcast. So, okay, I'm gonna give a huge shout out to Janina Yours. Janina Yours, thank you so much for commenting and answering the question. I think the question, I don't know. Oh, what was a favorite lesson from a movie? And Janina said, one step at a time. So thank you again, Janina. Hope this podcast may also be a huge help for you. So, yep. And so today, in this episode, I will talk about what I believe in and I think it is. That's why I'm sharing it with you guys. This is the 3 simple steps on how to create the life that you want. And I'm saying this coming from a perspective that there's a lot of problems personally. There's a lot of problems in the world, but it's still by far the best life I have. Okay? And I want to share with you how I got here because it wasn't always like this. If you go back to my older podcast episode, I'm talking a lot about guilt, shame, things that I have experienced, trauma, brokenhearted, rock bottom. Like those are the things that I have been talking about. But today is a great day to accept that I have been blessed with a lot. I have been blessed by, some of the best people in the world. I have been blessed with the best opportunities. And I'm happy. I'm happy that I am able to capture it. And it's just an amazing time here today. And I'm grateful for that. But also I want to share with you how I did it. So if it's okay with you, let's start. Okay. So what we want to talk about is basically the law of attraction and what it does. So the law of attraction basically states that you need to be attracting things in your life because you have a magnetic field, just like the electrons who have a north pole and a south pole, you also have that. And so whatever is in your life, that's what you're trying to attract. That's what you're trying to pull in your field, right? And so knowing that, we will understand that the world is, there's a lot of energy basically, and how do we make sure that the energy is for us, not against us? Okay. And so I want to share with you these three practices that I do, and hopefully you can also live the life of your dreams. Number one, setting intentions. Okay, you can call it goal setting if you want. You can call it goal workshop or whatever, vision board or whatever. But what's important is you set an intention. Earlier this month, July 1st, I wrote in my Notion, I want to earn, I hope I could say this here, right? I hope I can earn 300,000 pesos. Let's say that in 1 month. Okay. I've never hit the number. And I've been always just meddling around something less than that. And I say I want to get over that hump. And so what I did is I set an intention. But the scary part about it is I don't even know how to get there. I don't even know how I would be able to earn 300,000, but I set an intention, period. That's the first thing that I did. I asked myself, what do I really want to do? What do I really want to get? What do I really want? And once my intention is clear, I made sure that I share that intention to the world. I express it. I share it with someone that I care about, because when I talk about it, it becomes more realistic for me and more real for me. Not just realistic, but more real for me. And so I talk it out. Once I set an intention, I share it to as many people as I can. I don't believe in the don't say it, you might jinx it. I'm not a believer of that. I say if I have a dream, I'm going to say it out loud. If I don't reach that, that's okay. If I do, well, congratulations on me, right? But I just set an intention. That's the first one. The second one is all about preparation. When you're preparing for something, you're just making sure that you have space. Because maybe, just maybe, the reason why blessings are not coming into your life is because you don't have any space for them. So best thing to do after you've set your intention, your second step is to prepare. Prepare to receive that blessing. And once you are prepared, the only way that you can prepare yourself is to clear financial baggages, clear emotional baggages, mental baggages, financial baggages. Clear those things out. Once you have clear life, at least, no, you can't live a perfect life, but at least try to live it. Okay. And so once you've been able to address that, you would realize how how fun it is. And maybe what I want to share with you as well, that why I do believe that this is the first step. If you set your intention, you prepare yourself by clearing things out, because if you clear things out, then you'll have a space. If you throw in the old clothes, you'll definitely have to buy new ones. Okay, so you got to prepare yourself. And for me, I set that intention. I totally forgot about that. And there was those opportunities that came and requested about me, about being able to work with me and all that. But it's not that I that's not my reason. The main reason is when he asked for that, I totally forgot about that. And then surprisingly, the opportunity that led me there is me asking my brothers if they want to stay in Manila. I took a risk, and surprisingly, they said yes. Parang proposal lang pala, no? But they said yes to it. And now they're here in Manila. We're going to live together. And I think that's crazy because now I understand why I want to, why that's my intention. And once I have a clear why, it's so easy for me to prepare myself. That just means that things that are not aligned to what my intention is, I'm going to clear that out. So for example, I want to, I would have more things in life, so I need to clear out things. Starting with maybe my number one, like your wardrobe. Anything that is not serving anymore, anything that you don't like anymore, you give it away, you throw it away, you sell it. Just make sure you clear it out. Okay. Coach Yanni has this rule of 1 in, 2 out. So every thing, material that you buy, you give 2 material things to give to other people, to sell or to clear. Because that was just my hack. So I set an intention, I forgot about it, and then I made space. I cleared out people who are not going to live in or co-rent in my space, and then there was space. There were people who needed to stay there. And so what I did is I asked my brothers if they wanted it. So the universe finded a way to make sure that all my paths that would lead me to my intention would be available for me. And I think that that's the most magical part. You'll always meet the right people at the right time. Okay? All you got to do is to prepare yourself, to trust that if you're doing your part, the universe is doing her part as well. Okay, so prepare. Set the intention, number 1. Second, to prepare. Just prepare yourself. Make sure that you know how it feels like, because that's what you want to stay at, that frequency, that vibration, okay, that level of awareness. Okay, you want to stay in that, because those are just feeling good moments, and feeling good moments, do that more enough, you'll be attracting success more and more. Success wants people, or success follows happiness. So yeah. And so the last one, that is the the last part of the law of attraction, using it to your advantage, is understanding that if you've set your intention, you prepare yourself. The third part about it is all about trusting. 100%. Are you 100% sure that's going to happen? Or do you have some doubts, fears in your heart? Okay? Because let me tell you one thing. This is where people frick it up. This is where the people fuck it up. I'm going to be straight with you. This is where people fail to understand, is that there is a gestation period. You got to let it bloom. You got to let it grow. Because if you've set an intention, if you're preparing yourself on a daily basis, if you set an intention, you've planted the seed. If you prepare, all you do is you just water the plants, regardless if they grow or not. You just water the plants. The third one is, it's reaping the reward. The third one is understanding that there is a time that is needed. There is a season that is needed to make the fruit bloom. But once it blooms, I think that's the best experience, the best emotion that you could have ever felt, because now you have brought it into your reality. But there is a time that is needed. There is a certain waiting period, and the waiting period will only depend on how much do you trust God that He's working in your favor, and how confident are you in your faith work? Meaning, are you letting fear, doubt, worry occupy your mind? Or are you 100% strict that the only thing that is going to be able to enter my mind are things that align to my higher self? Okay? And so those are the three things. Number one, set an intention. Number two, prepare. And number three, trust and have patience. It's going to be amazing. I set that intention and I can tell you that I'm on track for this month. I didn't know what to do, but God provided. The universe did not let me down. And so if you're reading this, or if you are listening to this podcast, I want you to know that your biggest blessing is coming. But you got to believe. You got to set that intention. You got to prepare, clear things out, and you got to believe 100%. As soon as you have a small doubt in it, you're going to lose everything. So make sure that you are 100% in full faith that the intention that you set is going to happen. So that's it for this episode. I hope that you enjoyed this one. Let me know your thoughts, your comments, your questions. I'll be happy to answer them on the show. And yeah, my name is Alec. This is Small Talk, Small Conversations with huge impact, now exclusively on Spotify. Support the podcast by checking out the links down below by getting an ebook or a course that I created. So yeah, that's all. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you guys next episode. Peace.